You are at Viridian Artists in Chelsea.
Yes.
And we are at the exhibit of Alan Gaynor. This is our artist of the moment, Alan Gaynor, and we're going to start talking about his work.
Fantastic work.
This is, I think, your fifth show at Viridian.
I'll take your word for it.
It's his fourth or fifth show. And often, it's wonderful when we have babies here.
There's a little one here.
We're making a video of the artist of the moment, and maybe the baby would love it, actually. We would love to have the artist begin talking about his work. There it is. Let's do a shot of the baby.
There's a star.
Yeah. Usually, when we have an exhibit, we start talking about when the work was created, perhaps what its title is, what it's about. But I think this time, I want to hear stories of what were the reasons he chose these particular images. So Alan, my favorite, by the way, is this one behind you. And I always tell Alan that this is a romantic picture to me.
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Alan, what made you take this particular photograph, do you think?
You know, it's hard to say. I mean, I had access to the photograph because I had a client who had a long balcony, and that's where this is taken from, at 5 Park Avenue, which is 57th Street and Park Avenue. I took a bunch of stuff from there. I mean, that is from there. Turn another one there. That is from there, and I think the other maybe also on the other side of the wall may also be from there. I like panoramics because they show a very big slice of the city, and I feel that the reason to take photographs of the city is to separate what you're seeing and what you think is significant from all the noise. I mean, the city is full of noise. And so if you take a look at the Brooklyn Bridge behind you, and that is several photographs spliced together.
That's several put together?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
And all of these are sort of
So interesting.
taken and cut from their environment, like this one over here, across 6th Avenue, those are steam clouds, those aren't clouds.
Well, and these are not your ordinary pictures of architecture, I don't think, or of buildings, or of New York, because it seemed to come from this high place.
Almost always, yeah.
So often we see pictures of the city from the street.
But this one's from the street, the one over here.
We're pointing, yeah.
And, you know, my feeling is that I find mid-rise much more architecturally interesting. But I will take it from the street if that seems to work. And this one would not work mid-rise quite as well as it works now.
Well, and also, you have to know that Alan, before being a photographer, was an architect. So he's very, very conscious of how buildings are constructed and, you know, what everything is meant.
The reason I became an artist is that I love, you know, architecture's frozen music.
You've said this often.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what's that?
Architecture is frozen music.
Oh, that's brilliant. I love that.
It's not mine.
Who's that?
Goethe. Okay.
It's a philosophical statement.
But you know what? I'm so entranced by this piece.
Okay,
I
let's
keep looking at it.
Let's go talk about this piece.
Okay, this piece is taken from essentially 15th Street, and 7th Avenue is over here, so 6th Avenue is over here. And it's the view out of my bedroom window. Obviously cropped so that it's, you know, it's a panorama, it's not total view, but you see almost no sky. The only sky you see is a little bit there. But I find that much more interesting.
But it just says New York.
Yes, that's a
And
real
that-
New
I
York
keep-
picture.
And coming back to this, and I love that one, but I keep coming back to this because this says New York to me.
So that doesn't say New York, though.
It does, but
I'm just asking.
this is the premiere for me.
Okay.
Is there a reason that you sometimes made color your imagery and other times made it black and white? Were there particular decisions about that, do you think?
You know, I think most of the work that is not panoramic is black and white. And the reason for that is when I started this, I was shooting black and white film.
Okay.
So a lot of these have been shot in film and then transferred to digital. The panoramas are all done digitally, and I prefer digital actually at this point because I couldn't stand the smell of the chemicals anymore. I had a wet dog, and I studied with a guy who was Ansel Adams' chief apprentice, so I learned the right way to print, and it's amazing. Method was extraordinary. You can do amazing things I didn't know before I took this course in a wet darkroom. But I was happy to get rid of the wet darkroom. Enough.
I was just gonna, I don't mean to interrupt because this is fascinating, but I wanted to go over to these images because they're strange. As far as I'm concerned, these are kind of strange images. The three of them. This one that's on your poster initially, that one with the street patterns, and then this one that I guess is distorted.
You guessed correctly.
So let's come and talk about them over here so we can.
Well,
Yeah, maybe start with the weird one.
well, this here, because it is what that was before I distorted it. It's a distortion program that allows you to do stuff like that.
So it's part of the reflection that's in that photograph.
This is how it started, that's how it ended up. And this, you know, has several buildings. This is the lipstick building. This building here in the background is actually that building.
And how did you make this such a bizarre photograph?
God made it.
You
I don't
know,
think it's bizarre.
This one over here,
Yeah.
it feels so
That was
melancholy.
Melancholy.
I don't know why, but when I look at it, I think of all the lives living in the building, and it feels melancholy.
Interesting. Well, that's actually taken from my mother's cross
Well,
West End Avenue. Well, that's melancholy.
Okay, did I hit on it?
And this is actually a drone photograph of 7th Avenue and 14th Street. And that's going to be what I'm exploring at the moment is drone photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
So strange. Is it up and down then on
Yeah,
the
you're from
street?
1,700 feet.
My
So
goodness.
That
did-
is impressive.
Did you take that one with a drone? Or
Yes.
Oh, you did
Oh,
that?
No, no, the only way to get that is with.
The drone,
That's crazy.
is that
Does
how
anyone-
photography's working today?
I don't know if photography is working that way, but you know they use drones to inspect buildings
Yeah.
for local law 5, which is you know what happens, you know, to make sure the facade is staying on properly.
Yeah.
So that's all, you know. But this sort of photography, I don't know.
That is interesting. Drones are now coming into the art world.
Just like AI.
Opera world? Is that what you're saying?
The art world. But, I mean, I never thought of drones being part of.
Well, actually, what started this is I wanted to do it, and I've not yet done it. A drone fly-through of a whole block, but only in the backyard,
Ooh.
because that's really interesting.
Yeah, that's where the interest is. Yes,
I have not done
right
that yet.
on. We expect it. Did you hear that, everybody? He's gonna do drones in the backyard.
And I'll be arrested.
At the Olympics this year, they had drone work on the skiers.
At the Olympics.
Actually, it wasn't necessarily something that I would have been interested in watching, but it must be so interesting because you see them.
What they do is the drone gets controlled by something the skier is wearing, moves with the skier.
It was crazy.
That was
Yeah,
fabulous.
I
yeah.
think this has been fascinating, and I'm so sorry that people who've missed the show can't see it because today is the last day. But if you look at Viridian's website, if you look on Artsy, and if you look at YouTube, in about a week or so, this video will be up there. You can get a sense of some of the secrets of Alan Gaynor and his photography. Thank you.
Secret.